What if the love that created Jamie Fraser, the heart of Outlander, was a secret the world was never meant to know? Blood of My Blood pulls back the curtain on a love story so powerful it risked war, tore families apart, and changed the fate of the Highlands forever, before Jamie Fraser. There was Brian and Ellen, not just names in family trees, but two young people caught in the middle of clan rules, broken promises, and forbidden desire. The trailer opens with sweeping views of the Scottish Highlands, wild, open, beautiful but dangerous. The camera moves to a younger Brian Fraser, sharp-eyed and proud, riding across rugged land. He's no ordinary man. A Fraser through stubborn, loyal, and carrying the quiet weight of expectations from his powerful family. Ellen MacKenzie, on the other hand, is introduced in soft light walking through her father's estate, cloaked in velvet and silence. She's not just beautiful, she's brave. But there's a sadness behind her smile. Her fate has already been chosen. A political marriage, a life of control. Her brothers, especially Dougal, want to see her married off to someone who will bring strength to the MacKenzie clan. Love doesn't matter, power does, but then their eyes meet. The trailer shows a quiet moment at a Highland gathering. Brian glances toward her and Ellen's breath catches. It's simple, it's real, and it's the beginning of something that will defy everything around them. The music swells as they steal private moments, shared smiles in the shadows, hands touching in candlelight, whispered hopes beneath the stars, yet nothing about their story is easy. The voiceover warns us, to love without permission is to choose exile. Ellen's family will never allow her to marry a Fraser, and Brian knows it. He's already seen what happens when men go against clan law. But still, he returns to her again and again, and she waits. We see the risk grow. Ellen's brothers grow suspicious. Tensions rise. Brian is called a traitor, a thief, a danger. The trailer cuts to sharp scenes arguments, slammed doors, hands gripping swords. Ellen faces her father's fury. You would shame the MacKenzie name for a Fraser? He yells, but her face is calm. She's already chosen. One shot stands. Out Brian reaching for Ellen in the dead of night, her face lit by the firelight, tears in her eyes, but no fear. I'd rather live poor and free with you, she whispers, than die noble and alone. Their love isn't just passion, it's rebellion. It's the start of something bigger than both of them. As the music fades, the final image shows the two of them riding away into the dark, hand in hand. And for the first time, the Fraser crest is shown freshly carved into stone. Their legacy has begun. While Brian and Ellen's love blooms in secret, a darker wind sweeps across the Highlands. Blood of My Blood doesn't just tell a love story, it plants it in the soil of a nation ready to burn. The trailer's mood changes fast. The soft glow of candlelit meetings is gone. Now we see cold steel, torches in the night, and faces twisted. With fear and fury, the clans are restless. The British Crown watches with suspicion, and the land itself feels like it's holding its breath. Brian Fraser is no longer just a young man in love, he is a Fraser, and that means he's caught in the heart of the Highland politics. The trailer gives us a glimpse of the brewing tension. Secret gatherings of clan leaders, scrolls marked with royal seals, and maps laid out on wooden tables. Voices rise, swords are drawn. And always, just beneath the surface, the name Stuart is whispered like a curse. Or a promise. Ellen's family, the MacKenzies, are not just bystanders. Her brother Dougal is shown in a fierce light riding through villages, speaking to men by the fire, calling them to rise up against the English. He's bold, passionate, and dangerous. To him, Scotland's freedom is worth everything, even his sister's happiness, even her future. The trailer cuts to Ellen, caught between duty and defiance. We see her in a hall of stone, her father's voice echoing, "The country is falling apart, and you run off with a Fraser?" Her silence is louder than words. Then we see her watching from behind a curtain as soldiers march past. Her eyes are wide, her hands clenched. She understands the stakes. This isn't just her family's feud, it's a storm rolling over all of Scotland. Brian, too, must choose his side. In one powerful scene, he rides with other young men, swords at their backs, cloaks flapping in the wind. But his face shows doubt. He's torn between protecting Ellen and standing for his people. The trailer teases moments of betrayal Fraser. Cousins warning him not to trust the MacKenzies. Whispers that war is coming sooner than anyone knows, and yet love keeps pulling them back. Even as battles loom, Brian and Ellen find brief moments of peace by a river, in a hidden glen, in each other's arms. The trailer's voiceover cuts through it all. Some loves are born in peace, others are forged in fire. The most haunting moment comes when a young boy, perhaps a servant or a stable hand, runs through the forest with a bloodied scroll in hand. He's frightened. Behind him, smoke rises, a village burns. War is no longer coming. It's here. Blood of my blood makes it clear this is not a soft fairy tale. This is the rough, brutal start of the Fraser legend. Their love will survive, but the world around them may not. The episode preview hints at loss, divided loyalties, and sacrifices that will ripple far into the future, reaching all the way to Claire and Jamie's time. Asterisk. What if the child of a forbidden love was destined to become a legend? In Blood of My Blood, the story of Brian and Ellen isn't just about romance, it's about what they leave behind. The trailer shifts again from battlefields and political tension to something more personal, more haunting. We begin to see flickers of the future, as if history itself is folding back to reveal a deeper truth. A truth that leads straight to Jamie Fraser. The screen shows Ellen alone, standing under the stars, her hand gently resting on her stomach. No words are spoken, but her expression says everything. There is a new life growing inside her. A child born of defiance, of fire, and of love. That child will carry both the burden and the blessing of his parents' choices. The music softens with faint echoes of the Outlander theme, subtle but unmistakable. It's a hint. A bridge. This section of the trailer focuses on the emotional cost of legacy. We see Ellen writing letters, hiding them beneath floorboards. Brian looking over old family swords, unsure whether they will be passed down or buried in war. There's a deep sense of foreshadowing. Everything they do now is building something larger than themselves. And the trailer leans into that weight. Every decision is no longer just for them, it's for the future. Then, a flash, a red-haired boy running through a field, laughter in his voice. His face is turned from the camera, but we know. We feel it. That's Jamie, or the boy who will become him. He doesn't need to speak. The music rises again, this time with urgency, and Brian's voice echoes in the background. One day our son will walk taller than any of us, and he will not bow. More scenes follow quickly. Brian teaching a child to hold a sword, Ellen cradling a baby beside the hearth, letters being burned, blood on tartan. We begin to understand the cost of creating a legend. Their family will be hunted. Their choices will be questioned. Their names will be praised in cursive for generations, but more than that, Blood of My Blood reveals that this story isn't just a prequel, it's a key. A missing piece of Outlander's foundation. We see connections begin to form. Familiar symbols, familiar clans. There's even a whispered reference to Cray Not Done the Stones. A shadow passes over them as if time itself is watching. The trailer's final moment in this section is simple but powerful. An older Brian, eyes lined with sorrow, looks out over the hills and says, "We never lived for peace, but we loved. As if we could." It's a line that feels written in stone. A line that ties everything we've known about Jamie, Claire, and the generations before them into one unbreakable truth. Love is not just what keeps the Frasers alive, it's what makes them unforgettable. Asterisk. A storm rolls over the moors. Bagpipes swell in the background. A single candle flickers in a stone chapel, casting long shadows across weathered clan banners. Blood of My Blood doesn't look like television, it feels like memory carved into mountains. The trailer's final section brings together every emotion, longing, betrayal, sacrifice, and fate, wrapped in the kind of cinematic depth that Outlander fans crave, but haven't seen until now. Every shot is soaked in texture. The highland mist swirls around horses, galloping across crumbling paths. The camera moves like breath, slow and reverent during quiet moments, frantic and shaking during war and heartbreak. Ellen's veil floats in the wind as she runs toward Brian. The battlefield burns red as snow begins to fall. The color palette is rich deep browns, forest greens, blood reds, and the silver glint of steel. It's raw. It's beautiful. It's tragic, and the tone? It's not just romantic. It's ancestral. You can feel the weight of generations behind every whisper. The trailer leans hard into themes of blood and legacy. A voiceover recites ancient Fraser words. Courage is born not from strength, but from love held through fire. That line is repeated like an oath as images of young lovers, dying soldiers, and newborns fade into each other. This is a world where love must be hidden behind stone walls, where loyalty to clan can mean turning against your own heart. One of the most chilling shots comes when Ellen is forced to walk away from her child, just for a moment, as the clan council debates her future. Her eyes don't cry, but her body breaks. Another shows Brian holding a letter he never sends, sealing it with wax and watching it burn before the fire. There's so much said in silence, but Blood of My Blood is not all sorrow. The trailer gives one last jolt of hope, a sunrise over the highlands, warm and golden. A child's hand gripping an old sword hilt, and a young voice asking, "Will they know who we were?" To which Brian responds in a voiceover, "If they carry our name, they'll never forget." The screen fades to black dot, then a single line appears in white text. Blood runs deep, love runs deeper. Cue the title, Outlander, Blood of My Blood, followed by coming 2025. Only on STRZ, the final frame lingers just long enough for one last haunting note on the violin familiar to Outlander fans, but slightly altered, like history repeating. But never exactly the same, asterisk.